There's a habit that seems harmless but is now surprising many health experts drinking diet sodas. After the age of 60, many people switch to diet or zero sodas, thinking that no sugar means it's safer, that it won't cause weight gain or affect blood sugar. It sounds reasonable. But what science has recently uncovered should make us stop and think again. These diet sodas are not as simple as their names suggest. Instead of sugar, they contain artificial sweeteners such as aspartame or sucralose. For years, we believed these were good alternatives to cut calories. But newer research is telling a different story. Once inside the body, these sweeteners don't just fool our taste buds. They can quietly affect the digestive system, the gut microbiome, and even our muscles. What's most concerning is their impact on muscle mass, the foundation of strength, mobility, and independence as we age past 60. Some emerging evidence shows that drinking large amounts of diet soda may indirectly interfere with muscle protein synthesis, slowly weakening muscles and raising the risk of falls and loss of stamina. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at why something that seems good can actually cause harm, the mechanisms behind how diet sodas affect muscles, and most importantly, what safer and truly beneficial alternatives we can choose instead. If you find this topic useful, be sure to like the video, share it with others, and don't forget to subscribe so you can continue following along with us. And I want to ask you, do you or someone in your family drink diet sodas every day? And do you think it's really safe? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might spark a meaningful discussion. Once people reach their 60s, health priorities often focus on controlling weight, keeping blood sugar stable, and avoiding foods considered harmful. In that context, diet sodas seem like an appealing option. Many think that instead of drinking a can full of sugar, switching to a diet or zero version must be much better. The colorful packaging and labels like sugar-free, low-calorie sound like a convincing promise: drink freely without worrying about weight gain. Diabetes or cavities. It's not just personal thinking, advertising also reinforces this belief. Images of young, energetic people holding diet soda are often linked to the message, "This is the smart, modern, health-friendly choice." For older adults, that message is even more persuasive. Since they already worry about weight, diabetes, and cholesterol, switching to a sugar-free drink feels like a reasonable and responsible health decision. Another reason diet soda is popular is taste familiarity. Many people grew up drinking regular soda, associating it with parties, family gatherings, or simply a refreshing habit. When diagnosed with prediabetes or high blood pressure, doctors usually advise cutting back on sugar. Instead of quitting altogether, people switch to diet versions, keeping the sweetness and feeling like they're making a healthier choice. That's exactly why diet soda becomes ingrained in the routine. No major change required, just a different can. Price and convenience also play a role. In supermarkets or convenience stores, diet sodas sit right next to bottled water, often with little price difference. A cold can from the fridge easily beats a plain glass of water. For those used to soda's refreshing kick, convenience makes the attachment even stronger. Put together, all this explains why so many people over 60 see diet soda as safe, practical, and even health-conscious. But here lies the paradox: what seems better may actually carry hidden effects no one expects. In recent years, research has begun to tell a different story. Instead of passing through the body without consequence, artificial sweeteners may deeply affect the gut microbiome, a key factor in digestion, energy metabolism, and even muscle health. And that's the crux: when gut bacteria are disrupted, muscle protein synthesis can also be impaired. This raises the risk of muscle loss, weakness, and falls in later years. We'll dive into this in the next section to see why a single diet soda can have such surprising effects. When it comes to diet sodas, what convinces us most is the label sugar-free, low-calorie, but hidden behind that artificial sweetness is another story, one that involves the gut microbiome. the mini-universe living inside our intestines. The human gut contains trillions of bacteria, forming a balanced ecosystem that determines how food is digested, nutrients absorbed, and even how immunity, brain health, and muscle strength function. When this system is healthy, food is processed efficiently, essential compounds are produced, and energy is steady. But when the balance is disrupted, the fallout can be wide-ranging indigestion, weight gain, chronic inflammation, and weaker muscle regeneration. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose are designed to trick the taste buds. On the tongue, they taste many times sweeter than sugar but provide no calories. That sounds ideal. But once they reach the gut, they don't just vanish. Research in recent years shows they can alter the gut microbiome in harmful ways. For example, sucralose has been shown to reduce the number of beneficial bacteria. With fewer good bacteria, harmful strains can take over, leading to low-grade inflammation in the intestinal lining. This inflammation doesn't just stay in the gut, it signals throughout the body, including the muscles. A disrupted gut is like a field overrun by weeds, no matter how much fertilizer is added. Crops struggle to grow strong. Aspartame works differently. When it breaks down, it can produce compounds that interfere with amino acid metabolism. Amino acids are the raw materials for muscle protein. When they're altered or less available, the process of building and maintaining muscle slows down. For people over 60 whose protein synthesis is already naturally slower, this adds extra burden. Some recent U.S. studies found that regular consumption of artificially sweetened drinks could alter the gut microbiome in just a few weeks. The results: poorer blood sugar control, more inflammation, and less efficiency in using nutrients from food. In other words, even if you eat well, your body may not fully benefit, and muscles become one of the direct casualties. Think of muscle as a house. Protein is the bricks, while gut bacteria are the workers delivering them. When the workers are healthy, bricks arrive on time and the walls are sturdy. But if the microbiome is disrupted, the workers tire out, deliveries are delayed, and bricks go missing. The house is built slowly and weakly. That's how artificial sweeteners can indirectly undermine our muscles. The danger is that this process is silent. People drinking diet soda may not notice anything right away. They feel like they've cut calories, avoided weight gain, and kept blood sugar stable. But inside, the microbiome is shifting day by day. Eventually, this imbalance shows up as fatigue, slow muscle recovery, and loss of strength. That's why diet sodas are far from neutral. They don't just swap sugar for something else. They interfere with a sensitive system, the gut microbiome, with ripple effects that include muscle health. This leads us to the next point: why people who drink diet sodas frequently may face faster muscle loss and greater risk of falls after 60. After 60, keeping muscles strong isn't just about appearance, it's about independence. Healthy muscles allow us to stand up and sit down with ease, walk steadily, climb stairs without fatigue, and most importantly, lower the risk of falls. But if the body faces daily, silent stress from diet sodas, that foundation of strength can gradually erode without us noticing. It all starts with protein synthesis. In youth, the body efficiently turns dietary protein into muscle. As we age, this process slows down. Experts call it anabolic resistance. The body becomes less responsive to signals for building muscle, even when protein intake is sufficient. That means older adults already need to work harder to maintain muscle mass. When artificial sweeteners from diet sodas disrupt gut microbiome balance, the absorption of amino acids, the raw materials for muscle declines. As a result, protein synthesis, already slowed by age, slows even more. The outcome: muscles lose strength, recovery after activity lags, and the risk of muscle wasting rises. Imagine a 65-year-old who keeps up a daily morning walk with a healthy body. Those steps strengthen muscles, boost circulation, and sharpen the mind. But if that same person drinks several cans of diet soda every day, instead of recovering and getting stronger, muscles tire more easily and rebuild more slowly. After a few months, they might notice they can't walk as briskly as before. Climbing stairs feels harder, and sometimes their legs don't feel as steady. The danger isn't just fatigue. Weaker muscles mean higher risk of falls. And in older adults, a fall isn't a minor mishap. It can cause fractures, lead to bed rest, loss of independence, or even severe complications. Studies have shown that muscle loss sarcopenia is strongly linked with falls and mortality in seniors. The concerning point is that frequent diet soda consumption may accelerate this process. Weaker muscles also disrupt nerve-muscle coordination. This explains why many older adults feel clumsier, tripping more often, slipping easily, or struggling with balance when turning quickly. This isn't just a subjective feeling. It's rooted in real declines in muscle and motor function. Some may argue, but I've been drinking diet soda for years, and my weight hasn't gone up, so it must be fine. The truth is, weight doesn't always reflect muscle health. You can maintain the same weight, but inside, muscle mass is being replaced by fat or inactive tissue. That means real strength declines, even if the scale stays the same. A recent study followed older adults who drank diet soda regularly. Results showed they had significantly higher rates of muscle loss and mobility decline compared to non-drinkers. This reinforces that the problem isn't just about sugar or calories. It's about artificial sweeteners' indirect impact on the body. Think of diet soda as slowly removing bricks from a house foundation. At first, the house still stands, unchanged. But over time, the base weakens, and one strong gust of wind like a slip or loss of balance could bring it down. For us, that collapse is a fall, with serious health consequences. What makes this worse is that the process builds quietly. A diet soda drinker might not notice any difference for weeks, even months. But as the body's resilience fades with age, the consequences surface. And once muscle mass is lost, it's nearly impossible to fully regain. That's why understanding the link between diet soda and muscle health is just about preventing muscle loss. It's about safeguarding independence, safety, and quality of life. The good news is, there are healthier alternatives that are both safe and genuinely beneficial. We'll explore those in the next part. Once we understand the risks of diet sodas, the next question is always, what can we replace them with? In reality, the habit of drinking soda doesn't just come from thirst. It's tied to refreshment, convenience, and sometimes decades of routine. That's why the advice here isn't cut it out immediately, because that rarely works, but instead finding options that are both safe and easy to maintain. First, nothing is simpler and more essential than plain water. Staying hydrated supports every function in the body, from blood circulation and electrolyte balance to muscle nourishment. When the body lacks water, muscles fatigue more easily, cramp, and lose endurance. Many older adults often confuse thirst with hunger, leading them to drink less than they need. Keeping a bottle of water nearby and sipping throughout the day is a simple yet highly effective habit. And if plain water feels boring, adding slices of lemon, cucumber, or fresh mint gives it a light flavor that's both refreshing and healthy. Another option is low-sugar natural juices. Oranges, apples, pineapple, or berries, whether juiced or blended into smoothies, provide plenty of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. The key is not to overload with added sugar. A glass of pure juice, or diluted with water, can quench thirst while delivering nutrients that support muscle recovery after activity. Citrus fruits like oranges and kiwi supply vitamin C to aid collagen synthesis, while berries with anthocyanins fight inflammation, both especially helpful after 60. Herbal teas are also worth considering. Warm ginger tea helps reduce inflammation and muscle aches, Chamomile tea supports sleep. Peppermint tea soothes digestion and refreshes the body. The special thing about herbal teas is that they contain no caffeine or artificial sweeteners, making them far safer than diet sodas. Replacing an afternoon soda with a cup of tea doesn't just benefit muscles, it also creates a calming daily ritual. For those who miss the fizz of soda, sparkling water is a sensible substitute. It's simply water infused with carbon dioxide, creating bubbles but without sugar or artificial sweeteners. Add a slice of lemon or orange for flavor, and you've got the familiar soda sensation without the risks to muscle health. Beyond substitution, it's important to gradually reduce reliance on artificial sweetness. When the palate is conditioned to very sweet flavors, whether from sugar or sweeteners, the body craves sweetness to feel satisfied. But by cutting back slowly, you'll find pleasure in the natural taste of foods. For example, instead of drinking soda daily, reduce it to 2 or 3 times a week, alternating with water or herbal tea. Over time, the craving for soda decreases significantly. Doctors also emphasize watching total daily fluid intake. On average, someone over 60 needs about 1.5 to 2 liters of fluids a day, depending on body condition and activity level. Drinking enough water not only supports the kidneys and heart, but directly aids muscle contraction and recovery. This becomes especially important when replacing soda with healthier choices. Hydration now serves both refreshment and nourishment. Finally, remember that small, consistent changes add up to lasting results. No one needs to give up diet soda overnight, but each can be skipped. Each glass of water chosen over soda, each cup of herbal tea instead of a fizzy drink, all are steps toward protecting muscle and overall health. These changes don't just reduce the risk of weakness and falls, they also improve daily quality of life. Put simply, the secret lies in making your drinking habits part of a healthy lifestyle. When water, natural juice, and herbal teas become your default choices, diet soda will naturally fade into the past. And when that happens, your body, especially your muscles, will thank you for the smarter decision. We've just taken a journey full of surprises. At first, diet sodas appeared to be a convenient solution for people over 60 who wanted to manage weight, keep blood sugar in check, and still enjoy that familiar sweet taste. But behind that convenience, artificial sweeteners can disrupt the balance of the gut microbiome, a system that plays a vital role in digestion, nutrient absorption, and supporting muscle protein synthesis. Once that balance is disturbed, the body gradually loses its ability to properly nourish muscle. The result is faster muscle loss, greater difficulty moving around, and a higher risk of falling. And as we know, a fall at this age can lead to very serious consequences. The good news is there are healthier alternatives. Plain water, low-sugar juices, herbal teas, or sparkling water all refresh the body, provide nourishment, and don't carry hidden risks. With small to steady steps cutting back on soda and bringing in more natural choices, we can start protecting our muscles and our health. The takeaway is clear: diet soda is not a safety net after 60. Changing what we drink each day is the real key to keeping muscles strong, steps steady, and life independent for longer. If you found today's video helpful, please hit like, share it with friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe so you can continue with us on this health journey. And I'd love to ask you, what drink will you choose to replace diet soda in order to protect your muscles? Share your answer in the comments, and it may inspire many others.